The Scorpion EXO-1400 EVO Carbon is the sport touring helmet from the brand Scorpion. Team Void Champion Helmets here and welcome to our channel. Here in front of me I have the Scorpion EXO-1400 EVO Carbon. This new full face helmet has the new ECE 2006 certification, which is becoming mandatory for newly designed helmets. We test all helmets out on the road to find out if statements made by manufacturers hold some truth. To make these videos we put a lot of time and effort in these reviews, with just one goal: to give you guys an honest review based on facts instead of marketing language and personal opinions. So if you appreciate all the time and effort we put in these videos, please hit that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you guys keep getting in-depth reviews. With that out of the way, let's have a look at the EXO-1400 EVO Carbon. And before we start, first a few general points. The EVO starts at a retail price of about 400 euros or US dollar, has a more oval fit and comes with a double D closure. The EVO Carbon will compete with other sport touring helmets such as the Shoei GT R2, AGV K6, Shark Spartan GT Pro Carbon, Bellstar DLX MIPS, Arai Profile V, Shoei NXR2, AGC F70, the Icon Airflight and the AGC Arfa 71. Okay, great. Let's start our review with the material part. The EXO-1400 EVO is made of carbon fiber, which is the highest quality material a helmet can be made of. And carbon helmets are usually the lightest helmets available, but more on that later. The helmet comes in 6 sizes and 3 outer shell sizes, which is great to see. The more outer shell size a helmet has, the better. A helmet with more outer shell sizes not only looks better, it is also safer. And if we add everything up in our material matrix, we see that the EVO earns 4 stars for the material part, which is a great start, but how does it do if we look at its competitors? If we weigh in the competition, we see that it scores the same amount of stars as the AGV K6. The Star DLX MIPS was the best helmet with 4.5 stars because it's made of fiberglass and comes in 6 outer shell sizes. So a great start for the 1400 EVO Carbon. But we're not done yet and move on to the next part, the weight. The weight of a helmet is an important part because a lighter helmet prevents fatigue in the neck and improves the overall riding experience. When we weigh the EXO-1400 EVO Carbon in a size M, the scale indicated 1404 grams. This is an interesting result, since it is lighter than the EXO-1400 Air Carbon, and is actually the first 2206 helmet that weighs less than its predecessor, because the newer testing requires more strength. Basically all helmets become heavier, so very well done by Scorpion. Most helmets weigh between 1400 and 1500 gram and earned 4 stars. However, there are 2 helmets that stand out with a weight of less than 1400, the AGV K6 and the Shoei NXR2. So great result, and it almost scored 5 stars. So a great result by the Scorpion EXO-1400 EVO Carbon. So far for the material and weight, the last part of the review in the studio is the visor. And the visor of the 1400 EVO Carbon is a 2D visor that is anti-fog treated and pinlock lens prepared. This visor offers a wide field of view, and the 2D visor ensures that the view does not distort, which curved visors often do. The pinlock lens is also included in the box, which is a Pinlock Max Vision 120 lens. This ensures that your visor never fogs up while riding. The EVO Carbon also has an integrated sun visor that can be controlled by a slider on the side of the helmet. The sun visor is also anti-fog treated on both sides. A nice extra you get when buying this helmet is that it comes with a free dark smoke visor, which is a big plus. If we add everything up, the EVO Carbon earns an extraordinary 5 stars for the visor part. If we compare this to its competitors, we see that it is at top with the Shoei GT R2 and defeats all of its competitors on this part. But now that we're done this video, let's see how it does out on the road. First, a quick reminder on how we collect our data. On the left side you see a white thermometer displaying the inside temperature of the helmet. This is connected to a sensor inside the helmet. Above in the middle you see the decibel meter. This is connected to a microphone that is placed near our rider's ear. This records the sound as our riders hears it. On the right we see a phone that displays wind speed and outside temperature. This is connected to a wind meter mounted on our bike. In the middle you see the dashboard of the bike showing the riding speed. Now that it is clear on how we collect our data, let's see how the EVO Carbon performed out on the road. When we tested the EXO-1400 EVO Carbon, we had a wind speed of about 120 and a riding speed of 130 km an hour. The decibel meter gave us an average of 97 decibel, which is an extremely good result. This not only puts it at the top of the list, but it's also one of the quietest helmets available today. 97 decibel is the lowest score we have ever measured. Because of this strong result, the EXO-1400 EVO Carbon earns 5 stars for the noise. If we compare it with its competitors, we see that it tops the list together with the Shoei GT R2 and is closely followed by the AGC Arfa 71 and Shoei NXR2. The loudest helmet was the Icon Airflight with a disappointing 110 decibel. So a great result from the EXO-1400 EVO Carbon. And let's move on to the next part. Okay, excellent. Let's move on to the ventilation. When we tested the EXO-1400 EVO Carbon, the temperature outside was 11 degrees. And if you look at the thermometer on the left side, you can see that the temperature inside the helmet was 11 degrees Celsius. This means that the temperature was equal, and this earns a 1400 EVO Carbon 4 stars for the ventilation, which is a great result. If we compare this to its competitors, we see that it performed very well. Almost every other helmet we have tested was 1 degree hotter inside the helmet compared to the outside temperature. It is on par with the Alpha 71, and the only helmet that was 1 degree cooler inside the helmet was the Bellstar DLX MIPS. The least performing helmet was our Profile V, which has a disappointing difference of 7 degrees Celsius. Another great result by the EXO-1400. We have arrived at the only subjective part of this review, and that is comfort. The comfort of a helmet is hard to capture in hard numbers, so for this part we lean on the more than 15 years of riding experience of our test rider. Our test rider has tested all the helmets we have mentioned so far, so he can make the comparison like no other. The inner lining of the EVO Carbon is Scorpion's Quick Wick 3 liner. This means that the liner is removable, washable, moisture wicking and antibacterial. Our test rider said that the 1400 EVO Carbon felt nice while riding, but is average compared to other helmets. It wasn't uncomfortable, but it didn't feel like the premium touring helmets we have mentioned so far. This earns the 1400 EVO Carbon 3 stars for comfort. If we compare this with its competitors, we see that it performed well, but the other helmets felt better while riding. It ends almost at the bottom of the list. Only the AGC F70 and the Icon Airflight ended below the EXO-1400 EVO Carbon. The GTR2 ended at top and is the best helmet when talking about the comfort of the helmets. We have arrived at the last part of this review before looking at the total overview, and this is the features. The EXO-1400 EVO Carbon is tested according to the new ECE 2206 certification, which is becoming mandatory. A unique feature of the 1400 EVO Carbon is Scorpion's airfit system. When you look inside the helmet, you see a big red pump, which allows you to inflate the cheek pads on either side of the helmet. You can also release all the air with the small push button next to the red pump. This ensures that you will always have a snug fit. The helmet is prepared for a communication system thanks to its speaker pocket and has grooves so that riders with glasses can put them on easily. And if we add everything up, it earns 3 stars for the features. If we compare this to the competition, we see that it is on par with most of the helmets. Only the Alpha 71 and the NXR2 earned more stars. Great result for the EVO Carbon. And now that we are done with the road test, let's have a look at the final score. Now that we have covered every part, we can have a look at the total overview and the total score. The EVO Carbon earned 4 stars for the material, because it is made out of carbon and comes in 3 outer shell sizes. Because it weighed 1404 grams, it earned a solid 4 stars for the weight. And for the visor, because the spin lock lens prepared, which is included in the box, and you get a 3 dog smoke visor, it earned an amazing 5 stars. For noise, the helmet scored 5 stars thanks to an extraordinary result of 97 decibel. The temperature in the helmet was equal to the outside temperature and earned 4 stars for the ventilation. For comfort, it earned 3 stars, and again 3 stars for features thanks to its new 2206 certification and its airfit system. If we add up all the stars, the EXO-1400 EVO Carbon earned an average of 4 stars, for which you pay €14 per earned star. This is an excellent final score and you get a great price quality when buying this helmet. Would you like more information about the EXO-1400 EVO Carbon? Then be sure to take a look in our webshop, championhelmets.com, where we always offer the lowest prices guarantee and have great discount bundles. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more road tests and reviews. My name is Simon from Champion Helmets. Thank you for watching and until next time.